working on fabric type stuff today. I'm hemming some blackout curtains that I got the other day that are going to go here behind the cab. And then I went to Joann's this morning and picked up a bunch of fabric to reupholster this gray crap that you see behind me. That's also in front of me that you can't see because it's behind the camera. And let's see, I got some fabric glue. I'm going to see if I can make the fabric glue work there. And then I think I got enough extra that I might be able to make curtains out of it. We shall see. But I have this up here so far, just kind of cut to length. I thought about going with a white fabric, but then I decided that to match the fabric, or fabric white is, like, there's so many different options for fabric white, and getting a white that would like match and or blend the wainscoting white with the paint on the plastic white I thought was going to be too hard. And I wanted like a little bit of color, but I didn't want to commit to like a blue or a green or a red or anything like that. I just wanted to go with something that's still pretty neutral so that I can, you know, not have like the color that I like right now, but in like 6 months drives me crazy. So hopefully this won't, but you know, if it's easy enough to upholster over, then I'll just do that again. And I also got this like netting fabric that I'm gonna put on the sides of the walls here, and then also above this storage area here for storage. Stay posted. So I'm starting to set up my storage, and I want to use netting in the areas that I'm not going to be using cabinets, and the area above my cab is the first area that I tackled. I have these little hooks so that I can take the netting down and access what's up there, which is right now my Reflectix and my baby wipes for my showers. And then when I'm done, I just put them back on the hooks, and I nailed the bottom part down here to the wood that is making that platform so that nothing falls out the bottom. So in addition to the netting storage, I'm building some shelves, and they're going to run on the other side of the van, the netting shelving. So we're building these little brackety things, and then there's going to be a small shelf that goes between them that's kind of short and narrower, and then the one up here on the top is going to run the whole length of the van, and it's going to rest on the piece of metal back over the back doors. It's going to come through both of these slots in the brackets and go all the way up to my front like attic area. We're going to put a block up there too that it can rest on. So stay tuned. Alright, so we stained these yesterday. Sealed them. What's the difference?
We didn't change the color, we just sealed the wood for moisture.
Well, this one changed color. It got more golden and
brought
warm.
out the color of the wood.
Alright, so we sealed these yesterday. These pieces here are the brackets, and this notch here is what the big shelf is going to go through. This is the smaller shelf. It's going to be more of like a spice rack. So we need to go to Home Depot today and get the piece of wood that is going to be like the facing, the bar that keeps all the books and things on the shelf, and then they will get installed. Alright, so we're almost there. We have the brackets screwed in. We need to screw that one in. We are also going to drill a hole in this metal piece down here so that we can secure the wood on top, and then we've got another block that will go up here, and then we'll put the running board that will actually keep things in on both the top and the bottom shelves. Look at all of this shelf space. Got a big, like 7-inch wide shelf here on the top that runs the full length of the van. And then this shorter, like 4.5-inch shelf beneath that just is basically above my stove area that I will use for like spice racks and stuff. I'm toying with the idea of putting maybe some hooks or some netting under here if I need it. Probably not under the back, because this is where the benches are when this is a table, and I want that headspace to be pretty open. So I've got about 3 days until I leave for the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous. This is the shelf that I finished earlier in this video, and now I'm starting to fill it up as well as my other storage spaces. So then, since this is a storage video, I want to go over some of them. I mean, there really aren't that many. So the van came with this bulkhead area that obviously has my shower wipes in it. The brown box is actually my water pump because I need to replace it, but that's not happening today or this season. So whatever. This is some of my craft supplies. I actually have at least 1 or 2 more of this size bin currently of craft supplies because I'm a knitter primarily, and yarn takes up a lot of space, but I'm just going to deal with that later. And then the netting that I showed you is currently on the passenger side of my van. I plan on it holding all of my clothes. Right now it just has some of my clothes in it. Seasonally appropriate clothes, at least. My other out-of-season clothes will probably go underneath the benches. And I've got benches on both sides of my table, so this one and then that one. And they have some pretty good storage in them as well. And then down here, I've got a cheapo cooler. I plan on upgrading that eventually, but not right now. The finances are not set for that yet. And then I have this bin of shelves that I've had for most of my life probably, and it's planned on being pantry items. We'll see. I mean, again, all of these things are just plans, and once I actually get on the road and start living in it, things might change. I also got some seat back storage here. This still needs to be filled out. And then, like I said, the shelf. So this is going to be food, seasonings, tea, bathroom supplies. You can see books on the far end. I figured that'd be a good place for them since that's where the bed is. But yeah, so stay tuned for my adventures. If you have any suggestions or ideas, or if you're going to be along the road and you want to hang out, let me know. If you liked this video, go ahead and like it. If you have any specific questions you'd like me to address in future videos or in other social media realms, leave them in the comments also. Go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss my videos. And follow me on Honeycomb Coaching everywhere else. We'll see you soon. So I just went on a hike in Golden with some of my girlfriends and this pupper doggo, and I came over to Natural Grocers in Golden to get some lunch and Wi-Fi before heading to the climbing gym in a second. And right across the street, you see that big old commercial building? There used to be a tiny rundown strip mall there and 2 really dilapidated old farmhouses. And 3 years ago, I was just moving into one of those farmhouses. I think it was 3 years. It might have been 4. But it was like right in late December, because my roommate told me like right before Christmas that she was moving out and she was the one on the lease, so I had to leave too. And it was in a scramble. And anyway, it was not a great living situation. The guys that I lived with were really awful, racist, misogynist, terrible people. And the job that I had at the time was not my worst job, but definitely not my best job, and my life was just in a really different place. And now I'm sitting here in my van with my dog, like, about to embark on this great adventure, and it just is kind of interesting. You know, those houses obviously got torn down. Every time I would drive by them after that, I would just feel sick to my stomach. And when I saw that they were getting torn down, I still felt sick but grateful. And now that there's new stuff there, it's like, you know, probably nobody else remembers. Or, you know, very few people remember, and probably nobody has a, you know, such a negative physical reaction to it. But I mean, I'm happy to see new shiny buildings there. But anyway, it's just kind of interesting, like, how much of your life can change. And like just a year ago, I was deciding that this van thing was going to be a thing this year anyway. You know, I decided that 2018 had to be the year, or I had to give up on it and move on to other goals. So anyway, stay strong, my friends. Like, if your goals seem really big or really far away, it might not be. A year is really not that much time. 3 years is really not that much time. It feels like just yesterday I was in that shitty situation, and now I'm in this, you know, pretty great one.